Hey, how you doing again? I'm doing this because I'm trying to find ways to get over the loss of my boyfriend, Cabbage Patch Kid, and deal with all the shame and embarrassment and humiliation that's been cast upon me by people talking about me on here. So I can hopefully in the near future be able to remove my bag of shame. So I thought maybe if I talk about something, a little bit different, it can maybe help snap me out of this. And, over the last few days, in conversations I've had, with Will and Dave down at DSC Racing, we talked about a lot of things. And it wasn't about you, Snap, it's just life in general and things. And when they said, hey, I noticed a lot of people from the past are showing up on your channel. I said, yeah, come to think of it, yeah. I didn't reach out to anybody. I did reach out to two people. It was only Dave and Will. Because our friendship was a little more, was a little closer. We had done things together around here, a different type of relationship we had. Getting a little more personal, interactive with each other. And I didn't ask them to go, hey, tell them, no. What happened, happened. But for some reason, over only a few days now, and I think I mentioned on a video, I'm seeing people pop up from the past. Hey, Brian, good to see you, good to see you. And I said, there were a few names that jumped right out at me, Mr. Swinger, a couple other people. But I said, some of the names, it's been so long. If I ever see the names again, now I'll remember them. Kenneth Brackett, Paul Diamond. Paul's a crazy bastard. Guys that we really had a long line of communication for a long period of time, And suddenly more and more are coming back. How you found me, I don't know. But anyway, you're showing up one by one for somehow. And he said, yeah, it's kind of funny, all these people coming back. And it made me think about something, friendships with people. It made me think about something. Hey, Sanford, how many friends you have today? How many friends you have today? Seems all your friends of the past, they're all fucking long gone. There's a good reason for it. You fucked them all over in one way or another. You know what I mean? How many friends you have today? And I started thinking about all the people you had on. Hey, it's my new best buddy, going back to Lamb Chop, people you brought in, I think in some way you put big dreams in their head, trying to make them believe that somehow you were going to do something for them. But behind the scenes, you wanted them to do something for you, to give you content to make money for yourself. Hey, listen, I hope you get a channel going. I hope you get monetized. I'll steer all my subs over to you so you can make money. You can get those subs and views and this and that. And in some way I can think, why not, If I can make a few bucks, by, just putting up a video when I got free time. What's the harm? The harm was they didn't know you were going to fuck them over and throw them under a fucking bus when you just didn't like shit anymore. Or when you no longer had a use for them, I got an itch. See that? I can scratch my ear through my eye. I bet you can't do that. And it made me think of all the people that were there. You fucked over that stubby guy. And you've gone out of your way to make videos to publicly bash them and try to humiliate them. And when people would ask you, hey, what happened? Oh, that stubby guy, fucking drug addict, I couldn't trust him. Like wanting people to think, I couldn't trust having him here anymore. He might be stealing my shit to buy drugs. Guy never did that. And didn't you fucking keep his car? Didn't that car end up with somebody else? You fucking stole his car that he was going to be building a Turbo 6 for. You fucking booted his ass out and stayed with his fucking car. You're a fucking thief. We know what happened with Al. We know what happened with Luna. See, he's still your buddy. You left him holding the bag for $5 grand in expenses. and then blamed him for why it blew up on Nick's dyno. You know something? That's the only fucking thing you've got to run a 10. It ran 10 seconds on Nick's dyno before the fucking thing blew up. You blamed that on Luna. Is he still your friend? You still friends with that guy in Canada who's going to come down and take your car in the power tour? I know it's all these people that they're not around and you don't even mention their name anymore. It's like they don't exist anymore. What happened with the guy with that fucking GTX with the Hemi? Remember that? He was there. You used him for content. When he wasn't there, you were talking about his car, because you had nothing going on with your fucking cars. I wonder if he started watching the videos, what you were doing when he wasn't there. Like that time you went to put the fucking, I think it's the only time you showed yourself doing something. Trying to put the camera, I guess the end cap was too fucking big. Instead of figuring that out when you started to go in. Yes, they're a little snug, you gotta give it a nudge. You're there, you take a fucking mallet and you're fucking pounding the fuck out of the end with a, try to pound it in, it's jammed in there, you're fucking whacking it. Maybe the guy saw that and said, holy shit, what's he doing to my fucking cam when I'm not there? Tell you, Sam, if you ever did that to one of my cams, that cam would be rammed so far up your fucking ass it would knock your teeth out from behind. And then suddenly there was a big rush to get that car done. It's been gone. You never see or hear from him again. Is he still your buddy? What about the guy with the green satellite? He came and went too. You used him for content. You used his car to talk about and yak about even when he wasn't there. Oh, well, we did this and we did that. You didn't do shit. Maybe you saw that video where you had to run your mouth about the teardrop hood scoop that the Fords put on their Thunderbolts. But you didn't have one. You take a fucking oil drain pan, you slap it on his fucking hood, you put a jacket over it to try to make it look like it, you yak it and yak. Maybe the guy, what the fuck, this guy slamming shit on my fucking hood, scratching my paint and that and that, fuck you, pal. Suddenly, boom, that car was gone too. You even gave my ex-boyfriend Cabbage Patch Kids some fucking shit when he was working on her car, on his car. And that's when you had a falling out with him. And you know, he told me himself. I give credit where it's due. You know, my ex-boyfriend took the high road. He didn't really say much, but he said something to me. And if you're watching, Austin, don't fucking lie. You told me yourself. Yeah, he gave me a lot of shit because I spent money on brakes. I spent money on this. I spent money on that. Personally, I couldn't see spending 27 grand on a car like that. I could see it if it was, you know, something, you know, of value to begin with. Something that would be considered a muscle car or something. It needed a little restoration. Yeah, I'd easily dump 27, 30, 35 grand into it and get it looking good and running good. It wouldn't have to be numbers matching. It could even be a fucking clone. I would have thought money would have been better well spent on something like that than an old fucked up four-door Valiant that's got a peg leg Pirate, one wheel pulling in the back. You know what I mean? But I still give you credit. You took the high road. And then Sanford had something to say about you. Are you guys still buddies? I heard it's kind of, you went back to him at one time, you did a video with him, and now you're not bothering with him again. You know, he even fucked you over. Had shit to say about you. You know? But then one subject came up. And this goes back to the No-Show Nationals. And I call it the No-Show Nationals because of you pulling a no-show. You know, Dallas and Big Woba. You still tight with him? You still doing live chats with him? Like with Dallas, like you were doing? You guys are still the buddies you were. You go through friends like shit to a fucking goose. They bent over backwards promoting you, making you the crown jewel, star attraction of this fucking No-Show Nationals. And you don't fucking show up. I was always curious to how well they took that. From my perspective, that's like a fucking slap. It's like a slap in the face. We did all this for you and then you fucking leave us hanging? Leave us having to answer questions as to why you didn't fucking show up? I always wondered. Suddenly, what I understand, you haven't been doing your live chats with Big Woba, no more live chats and tech sessions with Dallas. These guys seem to have kind of faded away from the picture, you know? How many friends you have left today? Well, you still have Kiwi, right? Well, Kiwi, I think you're using him as your standby go-to guy for content when you got nothing to fucking yak about. You go over to Kiwi Shop. You know, at least when you go to Kiwi Shop, whatever happened before, you know, he gets things done. A car comes in, he works on it, gets done, it's gone, he's on to something else. And that provides you with content to leech off of him based on his work and his effort and his time. Because you ain't doing shit except running your fucking mouth. So what? You keep him, what, you're doing live streams with him now? You're keeping him as your standby go-to guy when you ain't got no fucking content, right? And now I found out the latest, like I had said, that guy that was at the track when you were there with the MC Hammer car. Yeah, that thing got smoked bad by that red stock Mustang, huh? Fucking smoke your ass. He dragged your ass all the way down that fucking track, huh? Yeah. Stock fucking Mustang. Maybe I'm ready to take this bag off. No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. And there was a guy there. And he was, oh yeah, that thing don't sound right. The engine's making noise. It's blowing smoke out of one side. I had no idea who this guy was. Then I found out. I guess this guy calls himself Dr. Art. Is he your new best buddy now? Find a way to get content from him? Huh? Is that the deal? Then I heard that, you know, people got their names on here. I thought, Dr. Art. I was wondering if he is a real doctor. And I said, well, if he is a real doctor, I hope he's a fucking psychiatrist, because you need one, pal. Maybe he can find a get you out of yourself and curb your fucking ego, narcissism, self-centeredness, and learn how to be a decent fucking human being and treat people right, so that maybe going forward in the future, when you get a friend, you will be able to hang on to one. Am I ready to take my bag of shame off yet? Nope, not yet. It's coming soon. It's coming soon.